Hey everybody, it's Barry.
And Dave.
And Jerry.
And Dan.
Here with another episode of Hooked on Headwaters. Hey, I'm glad to be back, sitting back in the seat. COVID can't take me out. I know some of these people are like, wish it woulda.
No, we don't.
Not you, but yeah, I'm just kidding. Anyway, hey, for anybody that's got it out there, really, we feel for you. We hope you get through it really quick. It's a terrible thing that's going on. It's really disrupting lives and families, and it's tough on us because once this latest variant gets in, man, it just takes over the whole house.
Yep.
So anyway, so if you're in that situation, wish the best of luck in getting through this and getting back to some sort of normalcy. So get out and fish. Great place for separation. That's the best thing to do.
Right.
Stay away from people. Get on your boat, go fish, and just wave at guys as you go by. This is our Thursday report. We're going to try and hammer these things down to real specific information. We're going to talk with Dan about what's happening. He's going to talk about bedding fish and how to locate them. More on the artificial side is where Dan likes to live. He does shiner trips as well. So don't think he's a one-trick pony. This guy can do it all. Jerry loves to do the shiner fishing, so he's going to talk about how he was out there today, a little bit about how it went out there on the lake. And of course, this week's weather, we're coming into a front on Sunday. We're looking at mid 60s during the day to the mid 70s. So we'll see a little slowdown with this front coming in. Maybe a little better fishing right before the front comes in, and then afterwards, you just have to kind of wait for things to warm up a little bit, I guess, right?
Yeah,
possibly.
Help it out some though, because it's just been so hot.
Yeah, it has been a warm winter so far. So,
hey, big shout out to the University of Tennessee fishing team. I ran into a few guys out here at the Headwaters boat ramp today, a little earlier. Apparently they had fished a tournament at the Harris chain, and then took a few days to fish down here. So guys, thumbs up. Hope you had a great day. If you did, send us the pics, comment, and good running into you today. Hey, Dave here from Hooked on Headwaters, and today I bumped into these two guys from the University of Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
My name is Joey Bissing.
I'm Connor Hicks.
And we're down here on pretty much a week. It's been 2-week vacation. We were fishing the MLF on the Harris chain last Friday, and then a couple of us decided to stay down and fish the Headwaters for this entire week in between our two tournaments. Because next week we have the Carhartt Bassmaster on the Harris chain again.
All right.
So we've been down here for, I think, 5 or 6 days and fished at 4. I think we've had 3 or 4 boats catch 20 pounds pretty much every day.
Yeah.
And it's been awesome.
I caught my PB 2 days ago. It was 732. It was just a giant.
All right.
I'm going to catch an even bigger one today.
Awesome. Cool. Hey, how'd you hear about the channel? What did you think about the channel?
Before I came down here, I just started looking up stuff on YouTube and found your channel and been watching a bunch of the videos trying to figure out where to catch fish and where to run and not hit anything.
Yep.
It's helped us a ton. Yeah, exactly, like where to run and where just to catch some.
Well, cool, guys. Appreciate you, first of all, being on the video, watching us, comments. Appreciate your time. Have a great time out there. Good luck. Keep us posted. Comment down below this video. This will be on this week's show. And let us know how you do.
Yeah,
Thank
sounds
you.
All right.
good.
Good luck, guys.
don't forget to visit hookedonheadwaters.com for all your information that you want to find out about what's going on as far as lake and guides and places to stay and things like that. Speaking of places to stay, where do you recommend people stay, Dave, when they come into town?
Hey, you got to stay at the Davis House Inn in Sebastian, Florida. One great place to stay. They've got really super nice accommodations right on the Indian River and within walking distance of some really superb restaurants. And you have your choice of eateries. There's just a whole bunch down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Great place to stay. So let's go ahead and jump into it.
All right, I'm going back to the camera.
All right, who do we want to fire off with here, Dave?
Let's start out with Mr. Dan.
Mr. Dan.
Okay.
Loose, brother.
All right, so as you know, in the previous videos, the time of year we are in the spawn. Things are starting to heat up with that. Seeing a lot of beds. I had a trip out here earlier this week, and we actually caught some fish off of beds, but they were just the bucks. We hadn't. I have not seen any big females that are locked on a bed yet, but they're coming. They're on the way. We had right around between 25, 30 fish. It was a chiner trip, and we caught some on a few on artificial too. That was Patrick Baines and his dad, Mr. Baines, and I imagine Mr. Baines was tired when he left because just about every fish on his shiner, Patrick would hand it. And here you go, Pop. Here you go, Pop. So, Mr. Baines, good job. There's some pictures that I'll give for Dave.
Okay.
Got some good pictures. In some of those fish we caught, didn't get any giants. We got one up. I think it was right at 5 pounds. But we had again, we had a good average size, 2 3/4 to 4 pound, almost half the fish. I don't want to exaggerate. I'm thinking it's pretty close to half the fish, between 2 3/4 and 4 pounds. We had a good day. It was a nice, fun day. But again, back to the spawning fish. It's in the spawn. So we get some questions sometimes online, and I've had people ask me, how do you find the spawning fish? Well, the thing about Headwaters is they could be just about anywhere. The way that the FWC biologists design this place, and fantastic job, guys. There's so many places these fish could be. I could take and point on a chart and say you could go here, but I'm not going to do that. It puts too much undue pressure on one spot,
right,
because they're all over. They're really all over the lake. The best way to find those fish: get on your trolling motor and start hunting them. Finding areas between, say, 2 foot and say 4 foot of water, and look in those areas. And remember where you saw the last few beds, and try to duplicate the same thing, visually in another place. So now, once you found them, as you're looking, don't just be riding around with your head down. Fish. You can throw a lot of lures that could help you locate some fish that maybe at a distance, you'll make a few casts and boom, you catch fish. Any kind of swimming bait, like a soft plastic swimming bait, like the swimming worm. We talk about a swimming worm all the time. We talk about just a regular swim bait. You can throw a spinner bait, some kind of moving bait. If you're in a search mode looking for fish, visually you're looking in the water, and you're also testing with casts. You're looking with casts. So once you find those beds, what I typically do, unless I'm just smashing them, throwing moving baits, then I slow down. Okay, so there's a lot of different styles of baits that you can fish. A lot of it's just, what do you like to throw? If you like a Texas rig worm, that'll work. If you like some kind of curly tail Texas rig worm, that will work. If you like a fluke, that will work. If you like a Cinco, that'll work. If you like a creature bait, that will work. Depending on how you like to fish it. Cincos, I typically will throw it weightless. I like throwing a fluke as well, weightless. Only problem is you get in a heavy wind, you're probably going to have to add some kind of weight. My Texas rig worms and creature baits, I rig them Texas rig. We could talk about sight fishing and all that, but find the beds first, locate them, and get to fishing with them. But it's not a point and say go here. It's a put your head down, get out there, fish, look for them. You'll find them. You'll find them.
Now, just to expand on that just a little bit, hard banks.
Yes.
We have these sandy out here, the hard banks. We have some sand coming off of them.
Yep.
And that's obviously a good place for beds. Outside of the hard banks, and if you look at a map, you go on Google, look at the map, you'll recognize where the outline of the lake is and where the hard banks are and stuff. So that's an obvious area. Now, besides that, there's a lot of reeds, just like little reed patches all over the place.
Sawgrass islands.
You're gonna find them around there too?
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Because the bass there, they want to either spawn on sand or shell. We don't have a lot of rock in Florida. We do have some.
Right.
All of us that ever fished Toca Tribune, and there's rocks in Florida. You can tear up a lot of equipment.
Down there.
Yeah, but we don't have much to speak of for rocks here. We do have a lot. It's mostly sand bottom. Typically, bass will not spawn on a muddy bottom.
Yeah, right.
Sometimes you can find bass over muddy bottoms if it's really cold. Not spawning. I'm not talking about spawning, but if it's really cold and a really dark bottom in shallow water on a cold day with a lot of sunshine, it'll warm that water up a little bit quicker because it's got it. That bottom holds in the heat. Okay. So sometimes, but yeah, visually you can look actually seeing the bed, and also for places other than just, there's more places to fish than Headwaters, obviously.
Yeah, right.
All over the place in the state of Florida. Look for vegetation, emergent vegetation, cattails up out of the water. Okay, so you got a long shoreline and you see cattails. Cast before you get there and then go up there and look, and if you start seeing beds, duplicate. Lily pads. Man, I've caught some big ones around lily pads. You know, they'll get in there, and what you'll see around lily pads a lot of times, sometimes you'll see the bed, but a lot of times you'll look down and you'll see this white looking root that's about that big around. It's got these little, almost looks like a giant octopus tentacle.
Isolated.
Right.
Isolated is the key. So that's how I do it. I get out and I hunt around and I look visually. And if you're a lot of places have hydrilla, fish the holes in the hydrilla. Think about the fish is on a bed. He's got to make a bed. Well, if it's topped out hydrilla, yeah, there could be a bed under that, but usually it's going to be a hole in a hydrilla. That's where you'll find most of them. Then you fish the holes. That's where these plastics really shine too. Target specific, casting to these different holes, or casting to the cattails, like Jerry's saying, these isolated things. Cast. Make more than one cast. I've many times, I've known a bed's there, I'll cast 3 or 4 or 5 times and finally get that fish to bite.
Let's clarify one other thing. For those folks that are coming down from up north, they're probably not used to tilapia beds.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're coming down from up north and you're cruising around, you're going to see these beds, you know,
Way bigger.
way bigger, right? So when you see it, don't go in like, whoa, man, these bass are.
These bass beds are like dinner plates.
Right.
They're very shallow.
Yeah, the
that
difference.
Big around.
So let's first off, what's a tilapia bed? Define what that looks like first.
So a tilapia bed is, that big around, that deep. It is just a big hole.
Yeah.
White sand.
The depth, I think, is the key to tell that. The main way to see is the depth of the hole where they wallow it up.
It's kind of
A
outlined.
bass bed is just fanned. It's just fanned out. It's cleaned out. But it's really, it doesn't have a whole lot of anything to it. It is just fanned out and cleaned out. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So pay attention to that when you're down here. Otherwise, you might be throwing in a lot of tilapia beds.
I've been there.
And you're throwing them at bass.
Yeah. When you see them from a distance, you're like, well, there's a bed, and you fish. Nothing happens, and you see that, you go look to see if anybody's home, and he's home, but he's the wrong kind.
Yeah, right, exactly.
So.
Okay, good. Jerry, you were out today. How'd it go?
It went good.
Good.
Today is the first day that I have fished this week. We also had some family problems with COVID. My girlfriend's had it, so I never did get it. We both tested negative on Tuesday, but she has been sick with it. I had some trips earlier in the week. They were canceled because of COVID. My customers had COVID, so it's just kind of been a bad week. I do have trips. I had a trip tomorrow. It got canceled. Guy was in Texas. He got it, so he's not going to be able to make it. But I have 9 trips Saturday. I have 9 trips in a row, so we're fixing to get after it. But I fished today. Dave was out there around me, watching me. He saw me catch a couple 5s, 6s.
I got a picture or two.
They're exactly where I left them.
There you go.
But yeah, we did. I had a good time today. Tomorrow's my birthday. I'm going to come out since I don't have a trip. I'm going to come out with my son tomorrow and do a little bit more scouting and just get ready for Saturday morning.
Another year older, another year wiser.
49.
Yeah, just a kid.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we didn't get a chance to get out this week and do any fishing. We just had some other responsibilities we had to take care of. But I will be out here next week, every day, and
putting the hammer down.
We'll see what happens.
All right, sounds good. At this point, I want to go ahead and call out another one of our sponsors, another great place to stay, which is the Blue Cypress Lakeside Cabins. Really fun place to stay, right on the water, on a canal that comes in from the lake. You can park your boat right out the back door, go hang out on the back deck at night. It's a really pretty view from there. Just get up in the morning, grab your coffee, step down the boat, take off and go fish. You had the picture. The guy caught in the tournament.
Britt Martin, I'm giving you a call out, buddy. Britt Martin caught a 9-pound, 7-ounce female on the bed at Blue Cypress 2 weekends ago. I actually sent the picture to Dave. Dave has the picture of the fish. Beautiful fish.
Yeah.
Flipping up in the grass around cypress heads.
Yep. So the lake's doing good.
Yeah.
Wintertime always does good out there. So if you want to have something different, you want just a cool place to go stay, you can fish Blue Cypress, and then you know, come the next day, run down here. It's not that far to come here to fish Headwaters or run Fish Stick Marsh or even Garcia.
Garcia's is on the way.
Yeah, right. So, you know, everything's pretty close. So, really cool place. And definitely check them out. Their information will be down below. And of course, we want to give a big shout out to American Bait Works. We're going to be doing a lot with those guys. We're going to be doing a lot of contests, giveaways. So make sure you're paying attention to any of those that are going to be coming up. If you bounce over to hookedonheadwaters.com, we've got a new little thing that pops up now where you can go ahead and hit the button for notifications. This is for, we're going to be running some special deals, special giveaways, special prizes, and different things going on for just those folks to go over to Hooked on Headwaters and hit that little notification thing, and we'll be sending those out. So definitely something you want to do, because we're building out a community this year, and you want to be part of it. You don't want to miss out on all kinds of cool stuff. So make sure you do that. Okay, at this time we're going to go ahead and cut over to Dave, I, and Paul, who is the winner of our last contest, our last giveaway, where he guessed the right weight of 7 pounds 3 ounces on and Dan had turned in the fish there, and you'll hear us talk about that here right now. Hey, at this point in the video, we want to go ahead and give a big congratulations to Paul, who is our winner of the Guess the Weight contest that we did here a couple weeks ago. So we got the great pleasure of having him on video with us. Dave was out fishing with him, got to spend some time with him today. Not the first time we spent time with Paul, great guy.
Paul the kayaker. That's
right.
And avocados.
And the avocado Paul.
No doubt. So Dan happened to be the one who turned in the weight on that. He had Charlie out fishing. And what was the weight on that, Dan? 7 pounds. Well, you know, 7 pounds.
The winning weight was 7 pounds 4 ounces.
Right. And you came in at
7 pounds 3 ounces.
Yeah. Oh, the great guess. So with that, Dave, what do we hook them up with there?
Well, we want to thank American Bait Work for providing this baits, this giveaway. They are a channel partner, and so thumbs up to American Baits. So what we put together for Paul is, first and foremost, this is their net bait dagger, one of their more popular baits. Paul's gonna put this to use. He's gonna report back, right, Paul?
Absolutely.
And then we got to make the big bobber. This is their race worms.
Yeah,
right?
I can't wait to get those out there this week.
The Freedom lure. Looks like a bad boy right here.
Mm-hmm. Killer topwater.
Yeah. Of course, some scum frogs.
Everybody knows the scum frog name.
And the Freedom. This is the flipping jig. And baby.
How about that?
All right.
All right.
Congratulations to Paul. Thanks, Paul.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks a lot. And thanks to everybody who submitted their guess as to what the weight was going to be. We really appreciate that. So, you know, all the participation, you know, so anytime we put out these contests, just know that we're going to set you up, get you some nice prize packs going out there. So don't not get involved. You
right.
Get a chance to win. So thanks a lot, Paul. All right, guys. Hey, just a quick reminder, if you're interested in taking a boat fishing trip, hook up with Dave and I. Have a great time out on the water. There's all kinds of tilapia. Dan and Jerry want us to clear out the population of tilapia, so
yes, please
get with us and get out there. We have a great time just cruising around and shooting some nice big 6 to 8 pound tilapia. That's about the average, is about yay big. And they're a lot of fun to shoot. So get with us there, hookedonheadwaters.com. You can get all the information. There will also be information below. And one other reminder, we've got our special on our blue fishing shirts. You can pick those up over on hookedonheadwaters.com, over on the apparel page, as well as the new ones, which are in white and have the Hooked on Headwaters on the sleeves. Really nice. And they've got a nice cuff to the right at the sleeve deal too, which makes them even better. So now we're in a cooler weather. Anyway, they're just really high quality shirts, SPF 50. So check those out on the site. Now we're going to jump back over to Jerry real quick, and we're going to talk a little bit about the airboat ramp closures that are coming up here, since you are the airboat guys. So just let's give a quick update for those guys that are wondering what's going on.
So what we got going on, guys, for people that are going to call me and they want to do a Kenansville trip or a Satori's or something like that, the issue we're having right now is St. John's is doing construction work on 2 ramps. Now these ramps, you have to climb these ramps with the airboat to get on the other side of the levee. These ramps are going to be closed now for the next 60 days, every day until 5 o'clock in the afternoon, which pretty much eliminates any kind of fishing trips. So if you are interested in doing a Kenansville trip or something like that, you're going to have to settle in with me for a ride, because we either will have to put in on 512 off of State Road 60 in Vero Beach and Garcia's, and then you will have to run across Garcia's Lake, and you'll have to jump into a canal called Zigzag, take Zigzag for about 4 or 5 miles into a canal called Big M, and Big M will actually bring you on this side of the dike, so you don't have to jump that ramp. But it is about a 40-minute ride.
But Zigzag is a beautiful canal to be riding down.
That is the up bonus to this.
Yes.
Is it is a beautiful ride.
Yes.
See lots of alligators, lots of bird life, even deer sometimes.
Yep.
Now, we can either go that route, or you can put in just like you normally would right down here at the Farm 13 stick marsh structure down here at that boat ramp. And you will have to peel across Farm 13 Lake, which on the far side of Farm 13 Lake is a cut that goes into Zigzag Canal. And you then again will have to run Zigzag Canal all the way up through Blue Cypress into Big M Canal, and then you'll come on up down, you know, on this side of it, and you can get there. But it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, and as far as I can understand, that's for the next 60 days. So just, you know, if you're thinking about a Kenansville trip, or if you're thinking about fishing up in Satori's with me or something like that, just know that you're going to have a little bit of a ride ahead of you.
Yeah. Yep. All right, great update. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
And we'll keep you posted on further developments on those ramp updates and
They
things.
just closed them this week, so
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to be closed for a whole 60 days.
For the guys that are wanting to take an airboat trip, as well as just an update for some of the airboaters I know that follow our channel. All right, everybody, that's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of Hooked on Headwaters Fishing Report. Appreciate everybody checking us out, hanging with us, watching, commenting, hitting the like button, doing all those cool things, subscribing. You know, that really helps us out. So from me, see y'all next week.
All right, again, good luck to the University of Tennessee boys. I think they're heading back at the end of the week to do another tournament, so hook them up, boys. And if you send those pictures in, send those comments, we love to feature you on the video.
See you guys. See you on the water.
Next week.
All right, everybody.
So long, everyone. God bless.